Thank you very much, and good afternoon, my brothers, members of the press. Well, I'm here this afternoon, I will always say in dual capacity, on behalf of the good people of Plateau State, and of course, now with the added responsibility as the chairman or the director general of the campaign, Aswaju Bola Tinubu stroke Kashim's campaign. The last time we were here was the endorsement by Mr. President. I was taken to Mr. President to be endorsed, and we came here straight. This time, in the last 1 week, I was also running to do some reappraisals, and part of it is always as the chairman of the campaign council. President is chairman of the campaign council. I will also come regularly to brief him on certain things that are going on, certain things that we are planning. The other aspect of my visit to Mr. President is also to come and show him appreciation in the last few months, what he has done in Plateau State. In the last few months, we just even a week or two, we just got approval making University of Jos as a cancer center. I saw over 3-point-something billion approved and a special center for cancer. So it's not a small achievement. We had in the last few months, the president approved the establishment of an orthopedic center, orthopedic hospital, the only one in the North Central, and he approved Plateau State. He also approved the establishment of a federal medical center in Wase. Another one is the Federal Polytechnic, which is almost starting this year in October. Mr. President also approved the conversion of our College of Education, Pension, to a Federal University of Education, and immediately approved the establishment of another Federal College of Education, We were just celebrating that one. When we understand that Mr. President has also approved the establishment of the Nigerian law school, the zonal law school for North Central, and is established in Jos. You cannot have all these achievements and not come and show appreciation to Mr. President. And a few days ago, you remember I was here when we were making a plea on behalf of some of our convicts. The former governor of Plateau State, Joshua Dare, the former governor of Taraba State, Governor Jole Nyame, and about 5, I think, I don't know, I can't remember the number now, and a few others who were convicted, and the president granted pardon. Well, we also appeal on behalf of northern governors and on behalf of Plateau and Taraba. We made an appeal. People will say we should not make an appeal. We made an appeal. The president is human. At the end of the day, not only granted bail, but he got them released a few days ago. It's a thing of joy to some of us, especially the affected states, and not being the chairman of the Northern Governors Forum. I came to extend our appreciation for him for granting that pardon and mercy to these former governors. So as time goes on, we'll continue to brief you on what we are doing. So I think those were some of the things, highlights of what I had, because I am moving. I will say I am on transition now. Having accepted to be Director General, it means half of me in Plateau and half of me in Abuja. So I am doing the transition. So as I move away from the transition, for every bit of achievement in my state, I must come and highlight it and extend my appreciation to Mr. President. We are using technology now. What is the distance from here to Plateau? It's 20 minutes if you are going by air. Just as I'm leaving this place, I have a council meeting. I have Plateau Council, Executive Council meeting. I can hold council there, hold council. I have capable hands that are taking care of the state. So I have no fear about that. Was why I mentioned it, that I have no fear about my time. This is not the first assignment I'm doing. I've been handling assignments from federal government, from the party, while sitting as a governor of Plateau State. So it will not affect my this thing. And then the other one, he said Can Plateau. It's not Can Plateau, I don't think. A group of people, Can Plateau did not come out. I came back home and Can welcomed me at the airport. 2 days, the next day, I addressed stakeholders of Plateau State, and I told them why I am accepted. And then there was jubilation, and all of them accepted. So if you see people talking about me rejecting, I have accepted already. It's not issue of, it's not an option. I told them, some of them are already keen into it. I've accepted already. It's not an issue. I'm a Christian. I said it here, some people are misinterpreting it, that I said I was not a Christian. If you see my TVC interview, I said I was born a Catholic, baptized a Catholic, confirmed a Catholic. Today, I went through missionary schools. Yes, I went through mission. I was taught by mission. I respect my being a Christian. I've been given the award by the Pope, the highest award. I still hold that award, the highest papal award. I want people to know, Knight of St. Gregory the Great. I have it. One day, if you want, I wear my uniform and come here. For those who are talking about, I don't even know where they are. I hold a papal knight. And as a Catholic, everything we do it and we send the advice to the Pope. The Pope has not told me that what I'm doing is bad, to accept Director General. As a Catholic, we take that direction. But generally, as a governor of a state, I said, as a governor of a state, I'm not responsible to only my faith. I'm responsible to other people who belong to other faiths, who don't even share, who are not Muslim or Christians. So that is what I took an oath of office. The purpose of my oath of office is to take care of those people. When it comes to politics, it's a matter of choice, matter of interest. In every political party, you have Christians and you have Muslims. In every political party, there's opportunity for you to vote for a Christian or to vote for a Muslim. If you don't want a Muslim, you wait until the electoral day, you go and vote. It be your choice. If you don't want a Christian, you go there and go and vote, not accepting responsibility in a party. I am a member of the APC. I will say a founding member of the APC. I don't do anti-party activities. Some people said because I was denied VP, I said I did not. I did not lobby for VP. Yes, many people were lobbying and writing on my behalf, but what I wanted to be, and I still stand for now, I obtained form for Senate. I won. I have my senatorial ticket that I'm waiting for. So if at any time some people who wanted to be VT lost out and they are using religion, they should not use me to help them. They shouldn't use me to help them. We're already far. We're talking about the leadership. We're talking about the problems, if we have, addressing the issue problems of Nigeria, and all we're talking about is good leadership, which can come from any religion. Thank you very much. I will take from the last question. And I think the President has just granted me permission to bring leaders of Plateau State, because they were being eager to come and pay him a visit, to show appreciation for the many things he has done in Plateau State. So he has granted that permission, and the next visit will be with elder stakeholders of Plateau State. They will be the ones to tell him. And two, the fact that the President has done these things in Plateau State, the best thing you can do to the President is to follow his direction on whoever will take over from him. That is how I told them. Today, the confidence is placed highly on the people of Plateau State by the appointment of the man that is going to spearhead the campaigns. So if we lose that election, it means we don't have confidence in President Muhammadu Buhari. And so our own is to tell Mr. President that we will pay you back in electing the person that you've directed us to go and elect. And that will be paying, that is one way of paying him back for what he has done. As to the issue of the market, I'm sure many of you read is one thorny issue. People play politics with development. This was a market that was built by our first governor. May his soul rest in peace. Jerry Gomwo, of blessed memory. He started the market and completed by about 2 other governors, including Solomon Lar. My principle when I came into office was continuing with projects left by my predecessors. Before that, the governor that was before my predecessor, immediate predecessor, said he was not going to continue with projects left by his predecessors, including the market. He came out and said, I will not rebuild this market. But when I was interviewed, I said, if I leave office without rebuilding this market, I would not have done favor to the people of Plateau and especially to our leaders who had this concept. And that was what I started. And the time, 2019, when I was going into election, one of the campaigns of the opposition was that I told a lie. I said I was going to build that market. Where is the market? Where is the market? That I will never build that market. Then recently we had a contract with JS Bank. JS Bank had mobilized trying to build a market. Then they said JS Bank should not build a market. That JS Bank is an Islamic bank. Does that make sense? The market is built for both Christians and Muslims, even non-believers. That was the market that was paying salaries for civil servants, to augment salaries for civil servants. Yet, it is now that they see that JS Bank, which is also a bank like any other bank, that is funding developers. So it's not the one that is developing. JS Bank says, if you bring developers, we will fund them. We brought developers and JS Bank is funding them. They build a market and the market will be given to Plateau State to be shared, to distributed to those who will want to buy the market. And then a National Assembly member who has not contributed anything to the state, the only thing he wants to contribute to get re-elected is to go and start spreading false allegations that the market, I had sold the market for 40 years to JS Bank. It's not possible. The 40 years is for the shop owners. That is those off-takers who are going to buy. The little civil servants or the poor people that will borrow money from the bank to come and buy shop. And that 40 years is going to be given to them for a payment. If somebody takes 1 million civil servant, it's not easy for him to pay in 1 year. He will take about 40 years. That's the lease we have given. And what Plateau State government is not putting a penny. We are not putting a penny. JS will build a bank, build a market. Plateau takes 40%, JS takes 60%. They distribute their own, recover their money. We will distribute our own and recover our money. But the management and the care of the market belongs to Plateau State. The lease is for 40 years for those who will own the shops. For God's sake, where is it that it is said that we are giving that market to JS Bank? Is it wrong for somebody to come and help you develop a market because he's a... And I asked them, if you go to some states, even in some Muslim states, you will find Plateau people as contractors there. Is it wrong for them to go and do contract in those states because they are Christians? There is no Christianity that is about market or business. And that is the reason. So when you read, we are in court. He rushed to court to go and get an injunction. A National Assembly member, I was a speaker. A National Assembly member has no business in executive decisions in the state. He can only take the president to court. And because he cannot perform well in the House of Representatives, he has run back to assume the role of a House of Assembly member. to rush to court and get an injunction. So we are trashing that issue. But I had addressed stakeholders in Plateau State and explained everything to them. All they said was that the medium for enlightenment was not as clear as what they agreed. So at the end of the day, they all agreed. And we left it to the House of Assembly, who are the people that are directly with their constituents, to go back, enlighten them, and ask their people to get ready for the shops, 17 local governments. Go and get your people ready. If they build those shops, then rush and own the shops, rather than playing about the bush and asking that this market should not be built, because somebody feels that that is his only weapon of election campaign in next election. I said we will build that market. Whether it is Jais or whether Jais is a bank, the directors are not Muslims, not all Muslims. Every bank, and I put up this thing, what I said is that I put up this advert for more than 6 years to rebuild the market. The market was burned down for 25 years, more than 25 years. Where were they? If you have Christian banks, as you are talking, bring those Christian banks to rebuild that market. If you have the money, you bring the money to rebuild the market. You didn't build the market. And I said, the market is not the only issue that was advertised in Plateau. If you have your money, we have Hill Station. I'm sure you know the famous Hill Station. It belongs to Plateau State government. We bought, when I came, we bought almost all the shares. And we put it for advert. If you have money, come and develop Hills. Come and develop it. Go and look for bank to finance you. If you have money, go and develop Plateau hotels. If you have money, go and develop Rock Hotel. Those of you who know Jos. Rock Hotel, almost 40 years. Started by the same J.T. Congo. And is there abandoned. If you have money, go and develop the National Stadium, the stadium that we have. One of the biggest. If you have money, go and develop our inland container port. It is not when we are developing that you start looking at it to know whether the person, the developer, is a Muslim or a Christian. That will not happen in Plateau State. We invite people, even outside the country, to come and invest in our state. We don't ask them where they are coming from, so long as they are genuine developers. Today you go to Lagos. Is it only Yorubas that are developing Lagos? Dangote, is he not a Muslim? Why didn't they chase him because of his religion from Lagos? So what we are saying is, when some of the concepts you see are some of these things that are brought out by social media, and then to just confuse people. We value the introduction of technology, but sometimes people don't use it well to mislead people. So as far as I'm concerned, I take time to explain the market, because I had to go there to have a stakeholders meeting with who in Plateau State. And they all confirm that it's a viable project. We must go ahead and complete that project. And we,
how much are you spending, and do you envisage completing it before you complete it?
well, first, it doesn't matter. A governor, one of the governors who was also the one who completed and commissioned the market, said that he made observation. He said, you have 8 months. Instead of starting the market, just leave it. Let another person come and start. But I asked him the question, were you the one who started the market? He said, no. But you completed the market. He said, yes. I said, there was one thing that you didn't do. When you completed that market, you did not insure that market. That is why we're having problem. Thank God you are sitting down here. You completed a giant project like this without insurance, and the market got burned. We couldn't build the market. You didn't start the market. Government is continuing. The fact that you are saying I have 8 years, the terms of the contract for development, Jay's Bank said, is 8 months. It's within 8 months. And I will be happy. Even if they don't complete within 8 months, another governor will come and complete it. But all I'm saying, we must start something. Market is very viable. It's there at the center of the city. Somebody will say they should not rebuild because it is at the center of the city. It's very close to a particular people, and so you should not. And then you enter Jos, you find overcrowding at our major street, Muhammadu Buhari. That is market. Completely, even security purpose is not proper. But it's not their fault because there is no option. The option is if you rebuild that market, they move to that place and you clean up the street of the Jos. It's not traders that say we should not rebuild the market. It is politicians who have no business with that market that are saying don't build the market. And by God's grace, you will see the market before I leave that office. Thank you.